guys, for today's Fun Day Friday, we are going to make something called a reuse-osaur. So we are going to make dinosaurs out of reusable materials that you might otherwise throw away. But we're going to start off by reading one of my favorite stories, and then we are going to pick what kind of reuse-osaur we are going to create. So first, we're going to read Dino Pets, written by Lynn Lord, illustrated by Gideon Kendall. I got a dino for a pet, the biggest dino I could get. It didn't fit through the door, so I had to try once more. I got a dino for a pet, the fastest dino I could get. It ran so fast and got away. Must not be my lucky day. So far, we've seen the biggest dino and the fastest dino. I got a dino for a pet, the longest dino I could get. But I kept stepping on its tail. That poor thing began to wail. I got a dino for a pet, the softest dino I could get. But when I tried to comb and brush, it just left in a rush. This is my name. I got a dino for a pet, the smallest dino I could get. I put it into my back pocket, but I guess I should have locked it. I got a dino for a pet, the scariest dino I could get. What kind of dinosaur is it? But when I let it come inside, my whole family ran to hide. Oh, look how it makes our dino feel. I didn't mean to scare the family. I got no dino for a pet. No more dinos left to get. Groan, moan. By the tree, who do you see? Look up here by the roof. Who do you see? Look, my dino pets all came home. Could you imagine? No one likes to sleep alone. All right, so we're going to take a look at the next page. It's going to tell us about some of our dinos. So we're going to choose today for our Reuse-osaurs one of the dinosaurs from this book. So your dinosaur could be the biggest dinosaur, which is an Argentinosaurus, the fastest dinosaur, which is an Ornithomimus, the longest dinosaur, which is a Seismosaurus, or the softest dinosaur, which is a Sinosauropteryx prima, or the smallest dinosaur, which is a Microraptor, and the scariest dinosaur, which kind of look like a T-Rex, but actually it's a Utahraptor. So you're going to pick one of those dinosaurs to decide what kind of Reuse-osaur you want. And that will determine what type of materials you will want to collect to create your Reuse-osaur. So let's pause for 1 second, and I'm going to go get all of my materials, and we'll take a look at some ideas for your Reuse-osaurs. All right, guys, so I've gathered some materials that I have been collecting, typically things that we might throw away, but we're going to reuse them to create our Reuse-osaur. So you might just find some different snack boxes. This is just a Ziploc box, just different containers, paper towel holders. Those are really helpful for your dinosaurs. And then some other materials we'll talk about here in a second that you might want for your softest dinosaur. So the first dinosaur in our story was the biggest dinosaur, or the Argentinosaurus. So my little helper here, Hayden, is going to practice making what your Argentinosaurus could look like if you chose to make the biggest dinosaur. So he's going to work on that for a second, and we'll talk about some of the other ones. So the ornithomimus, or the fastest dinosaur. What are some things that you could put on your fastest dinosaur to make it really fast? I'll give you a second to think about that. So in our story, our ornithomimus wears tennis shoes. Could you find a pair of tennis shoes to put on your Reuse-osaur? Another dinosaur in our story is the longest dinosaur. So creating the longest dinosaur, you might want to add a couple boxes together lengthwise to make it the longest dinosaur. The softest dinosaur, that's when you might want to look. That's okay, keep building, try again, right? That's when you might want to look around your house and see if you can find anything that might be soft. So I looked in Hayden's art bucket and I found some feathers, because our Reuse-osaurs has feathers. It was a dinosaur with actual feathers. How cool is that? You could also use fuzzy pipe cleaners, or you could find a sock that you might not use anymore that doesn't have a friend, and you could use this to make your Reuse-osaurs or your softest dinosaur. You could also make the smallest dinosaur. Remember our Microraptor. So that would require you to maybe cut apart some of your materials and glue it together to make the smallest dinosaur. And of course, the scariest dinosaur. That could be any size dinosaur you want. But they talk about the Utahraptor, which is similar to a T-Rex. Or you could also make a Velociraptor with the big hooked claw. Those are also very scary. So make your favorite, scariest dinosaur you can. So pick if you want to make the longest, the biggest, the fastest, the smallest, or the scariest. But you also might want to find some googly eyes that you could add on for your dinosaur, or you could use markers or crayons to draw your dinosaur's face. Using hot glue is probably the best way, so you might want to have your adult help you with that, or you could try to use regular school glue as well. So Hayden, it looks like you have created what kind of dinosaur did you make?
T-Rex.
Oh, a T-Rex. It looks like it's getting pretty big. All right, nice job, Hayden, creating a Reuse-osaur. So boys and girls, I'm going to post some pictures of some Reuse-osaurs that my students in the past have made. So I want you to not make one exactly like theirs, but you could use theirs to get some ideas from. And then if you create your own Reuse-osaur, will you send a picture to your teacher so we can see? Thanks, guys. Happy Fun Day Friday.